If you haven't already watched part 1, go check it out. It'll be in the card up here. That was me checking my monitor to make sure I was pointing in the right one, but yes, right, this is the right corner. Hey guys, this is Editing Annie here, and I just want to apologize for the audio of today's video. I forgot to turn my AC off, and the mic got really confused about what to capture, and basically there are quite a few parts where the audio peaks for no reason. I've tried to remove any noise, and I've also tried to remove any parts that aren't necessarily needed for the video that have the high peaks, but if it starts sounding weird, now you know why. But other than that, enjoy the video. Today we're doing doubles and triples, so that's boards that I have 2 or 3 of. Before I continue, I'd really appreciate it if you could subscribe and give this video a like. You guys subscribing and you guys liking my videos gives me an indication of what you guys like to see. But yeah, let's go ahead and get started. By the way guys, anything that I'm mentioning in this video, please don't ask to buy or trade it, because just don't, because I'm not selling or trading any of this stuff. Berlinwood, Flatface, and Yellowwood were definitely 3 of the first ever fingerboards that I had. But one of the smaller companies that I started buying boards from early on in my fingerboarding stage was Blosom Decks. This is a Blossom board. It's a natural bottom ply. It's so sick. So this is my first ever Blossom deck, but this is one of those boards that I'm never ever going to sell. But this is a 32mm board. The middle ply is a really nice blue. I think Blossom still makes boards, so you guys should go check them out. They're a UK-based company, and that's also why this is one of my first boards, because at the time when I first started, I was in the UK doing boarding school. The second Blossom deck I have here is this super sick split ply. This is by far one of my favorite boards ever, and it's one of my favorite split plies to ever exist. It's just so sick. It looks so pretty. I think I saw him post this on either Instagram or something. I saw him post it online and I was just like, I have to get it. So I bought this board actually a lot later after this. The next doubles I have are 2 Queens decks. These 2 Queens decks are both custom boards. One of these customs actually ended up being, I think, Queens's most popular graphics after she posted this onto her Instagram. I see on her Instagram a lot of the time this board being featured, and I think it's because people ask her to do this graphic. Queens decks were some of my favorite boards for a really long time because they were the first short boards that I had ever used. The first one I have here is a Adventure Time Jake and Finn graphic, and it's not a real wear, but this wasn't my first ever Queens deck. I'm actually selling my first ever Queens deck, and the sale post should be on my Instagram. And then I have this board that I never actually ended up setting up, but it says keep calm and ship for Barry, and honestly it's one of those things where it's like, if you know, you know. If you don't, well, then you don't. Alright, last 2 doubles I have here are Whoosh Decks. Well, you've seen me unbox this one, but not this one. Yeah, this is a board from a mystery box, and it's basically like an ice cream cone. It's a logo board. I really like Whoosh graphics. I think they look really, really sick. I don't have either of these set up because this was actually set up for a while, but I took the trucks off to set up a different board. This one I kind of want to preserve the graphics, so I'm gonna either put some screw-in board rails in, or I'm gonna get some stick-on board rails. But until then, I'm not gonna set this up. But yeah, this is the first board, and then this second deck is one of those limited series boards. I don't remember what it's called, and it looks really, really sick, and that's why I got it. I think these technically count as rare boards, but I'm putting them in the doubles category just cause. Alright, next boards we have are triples. The first company I'm going to do is Catfishbbq. This is the first ever catfish I ever got, and I think I bought it on an Instagram sale, and it's basically a cruiser shape. It's not real wear as far as I'm concerned. It might be. And this is a freshwater mold, but I think at the time when I got this there weren't 2 molds. I think there was just 1 mold. And you can see that I set up Y trucks on them because of the indented markings they left. Next one is a Savannah Simpson Pro Model graphic. This was when she was using her VX a lot, and this is also a freshwater mold. And then lastly we have a geometric graphic. I don't remember what this is called, but I absolutely loved this deck. I remember this was one of the first mellow molds that I could actually get on board with. This is a super mellow board. This is the saltwater, and this was a real wear too. So yeah, again, one of those cases where I didn't want to scratch off the graphic, and I wasn't using board rails at the time, so yeah. The next company I'm going to talk about is Poli Decks. I bought a Poli Decks back when Skylar Rippey was still posting YouTube videos, and he posted a Poli Decks unboxing. I actually watched the video a few months after he posted it, so he posted it like when I was sort of only a few months or maybe a year getting into fingerboarding. But I went into the Poli Decks site and I found this guy, which is a cruiser, and the widest width it's at is 37 millimeters. This is such a sick board. Like, I love the shape. This is basically like a giant version of a Wave Runner deck. And yeah, this is a paper graphic, and I just love the little cat on it in the galaxy. This is back when he was still doing split top plies, and you can't see it, but this is green and then it goes natural. You can see on the sides that it's natural. Yeah, pretty much that's the story behind this one. The next one I have is actually one of my current setups, and this is a setup that I use a lot. It's also another cat graphic, and you can see it's the same shape basically as the other cruiser, except it's less pointy. This is a custom that I asked Tyler for because I wanted basically the graphic that Skylar Rippey got, but I preferred this one. This is another paper graphic, so the graphic shouldn't wear too much, but you can see at the bottom that it's kind of gone. I set this up with some mono FB rails, my favorite board rails, and FBS on top, and the little piece of skate grip there is Sponsor Me tape, dynamic trucks, backer bushings, and some OG, like really old cartwheels. This was like the second type of material that Simon was using. It's some of my favorite material. This is one of my favorite boards because it's really short and it's a really tiny board overall, so yeah, I love this. If you watch the unboxing for this board, you'll know that Tyler sent me a free deck, and I was writing this for a long time, but I never posted any clips with it, and it is completely ruined. But this was the Child's Play graphic, and he was so generous to send me a free board too. I'm still so stoked on people who are willing to send me free stuff. Sometimes I get surprises in packages, and it just means a lot. But speaking of more surprises, I'm going to do Beastpants boards next. I have two boards here that I got for free. One from Chris and then one from Hannah, who used to be one of the owners and team writers for Ico Fingerboards. So this board was back when Beastpants was super rare. It was almost impossible to get a Beastpants. Hannah sent me a package and we were trading, and we both sent at the same time because I knew she was legit and she knew I was legit, but my package, which she sent me, never arrived. One of the boards that she was supposed to send me was a Beastpants, and then she said she would make up for it and send me another package with a couple of other things in it, but she ended up sending me a ton of boards that I didn't expect to get. There was like a Bosswood, there was this board, and this isn't real wear, so this was pre-real wear Beastpants. The next one is the one that I got for free from Chris. Just wanted to give an honorable mention to this little guy here, a concrete quarter thing. And I think this took like 3 weeks or something. Because it took 3 weeks or longer than usual, he put a free board in. You can't really see the wood itself, but the dyed wood is absolutely beautiful. And then the pink fur stripe on top is really sick. And these are set up with some dynamics that don't really work anymore. The hanger keeps coming off. And I also have more cartwheels. These are V2 minis. And I have some, I think, backer bushings also in these. So yeah, pretty sick. And then lastly, we have unicorn horse seahorse graphic thing. This is a board that I used for a long time, and I could have like completely messed up the graphic, but this guy's so cute. I just don't want to ruin him too much, even though I kind of fucked up his nose. And I love Beastpants. They're some of the best boards ever. And Chris is such a super nice guy. I just realized that all three of my boards are similar colors. Next company we have is Lakewood. Lakewood is another one of those companies that I just love. Brandon is one of the nicest guys. We talk sometimes when he's not too busy. Yeah, let's just get right into it. The first one I have here is a split ply that I actually ended up coloring in. I don't remember what color this green used to actually be. I think it was like a natural color or something, but I wanted the green, and so I colored it green. This is one of my first Lakewoods, I'm pretty sure. Really, really sick. The next one I have is like an Arizona iced tea. He made the bottom ply out of the can, so when I first got this, I could not control this board for the life of me because it felt so heavy. This says Lokta, which obviously just says green tea. And then the last liquid I have is this that you guys have seen me unbox, and I did a setup video for this too that I'm really, really proud of, so go check that out as well up here. But it's a two-tone split ply and it's so pretty. It's one of my favorite boards that I've ever owned. I know I say that for a lot of my boards, but it's just because I love pretty much all of my boards, so it's really hard to not love every single one of them. Had some monorails on there, but I've taken them off. This is a really sick board. Go get yourself a Lakewood. Alright, last company I have is Cowply. So I was gonna put these in the rare pile, but I actually don't know if this belongs in the rare pile anymore because it's become a lot easier to get a Cowply nowadays. So, but these two boards I know for sure are pretty rare. I don't think it's possible to get a Cowply that looks like this anymore. These are like the old Cowply molds and Cowply shape. The first board here we have an oil spill graphic. This is the first ever Cowply I ever got, and I bought this on the Flatface website. This was back when Cowplys would come from Flatface and they would just come in the package with no like plastic wrap or anything. They just sort of fell out of your package. It's so thick in comparison to the new boards that he makes. And then the next one I have is this graphic. I don't know what it's called really, but I thought it looked really pretty. I really like collage graphics, and the grip job I did on top, I don't know how long ago, but I'm pretty sure this is FBS. And then last but not least is a Cowply that I unboxed recently actually, and it's this Snake House and Cowply graphic collab board that they still have on the site, so if you can get one, you should get one. I used this for a long time. This is one of my favorite boards to ride for sure. I'm sad I had to retire it, but I just didn't want to ruin the graphic any more than I already had. Kind of messed up, but not too messed up. I actually just bought a new Cowply and it's coming in the mail. I just don't know when it's gonna come given the current crisis that we're in. Alright, so that's all the doubles and triples that I have. I hope you've been enjoying these videos so far. As you can tell, I'm trying different ways to light the videos. Definitely go support all these companies that I just mentioned. They're all super rad companies, so for sure, go support them if you can. I hope everyone's doing well, and I hope everyone's doing all right during this time. The good thing about fingerboarding is you don't need the outdoors, and it keeps us occupied for a couple of hours, so go follow me on Instagram. I have an Instagram now for fingerboarding specifically. Thanks guys for watching and for supporting this channel, and yeah, I'll see you in the next fingerboard collection video.